As I said, the last two reviews I did were done on my camera phone. A big mistake, because my phone does not operate properly. So until I get a new phone, I won't be doing this again. I won't be trying this again. But this is my other review, and it is for the movie Gangster Squad, which I gave a 7 out of 11.
So what do I have to say about Gangster Squad? Well, it was actually a really good movie too. It had a little more action than Zero Dark 30, but it is set in a past time, so the action might not have been quite as satisfactory. So I'm gonna give this movie a 7 out of, excuse me, an 8 out of 11. I was thinking about giving it a 7, but it was satisfying. It did,
My
unlike
mistake.
Zero Dark 30, it had a good resolution, a good beginning, and I was there for this one. And it had a good backstory to it. The whole thing was solid. It was a solid plot. There was a point.
I just want to clarify there that the more I've thought about it, the more I've decided that it does deserve the 7 review. It wasn't good enough for an 8 rating.
To the movie, um, you knew where the movie was going. You knew what their objective was. They were completing their objective throughout the movie, which was good. This wasn't one of those we're a ragtag group who can't succeed in doing what we've set out to do.
Like Neighborhood
That wasn't
Watch.
the case at all. As soon as they set up, they were immediately getting all these mob bosses' stuff destroyed, including his pride and joy, this phone company he was going to operate to steal money. They managed to destroy that. And none of these, and there really is no conflict until after they successfully done everything but destroyed the mob boss himself. And I thought that worked for this movie. And when the mob boss himself is destroyed, he's not shot down. They face off in a boxing match, the main character played by Josh Brolin and him, because he used to be a boxer, and despite that, the tapes don't show whether he won or lost that championship fight of his, but he loses the fight against whoever Josh Brolin's playing. Sorry for the spoiler there. But anyway, one of the big issues in this movie is you can win the fight, but won't be taken in because they're a mob boss and they have connections. There was a lot of violence in this movie. And unlike Zero Dark 30, well, actually, the suicide bombers were meaningless, but unlike Zero Dark 30, all of it was meaningless, except, well, I shouldn't say meaningless. It was all to get to this mob boss. And they did not harm anybody that wasn't in the mob, so that was good. That meant no innocent victims. The only innocent victims were the ones that the mob hurt. But, hey, that's what the mob did back then. There was plenty of corruption in this, so if you're going to see it for the old mob values, yeah, like they had any, you'll see them, such as corrupting police officers, owning joints that are for dancing and jazz, girls, all the girls you didn't want. And it's actually toward the end, spoilers now. Toward the end, it's one of the girls that comes up to testify against him that actually puts him behind bars once he's actually been captured. And it shows it does in this movie have closure. It does show him getting a prison photograph, and the narration goes that he is getting sent to Alcatraz, where his friends wait to welcome him with a silver mug, whatever that means. Anyway, this was a really good movie. As I said, lots of violence, including the deaths of some of the main characters. So if you're for a movie where all the main characters survive, this isn't for you. As I said, 8 out of 11, really good, worth see it. If you're only going to see one movie, Zero Dark 30 versus this one, well, I'll be honest, it wasn't as packed for this one. If I knew what each one was going to be like and I had to buy just one, I'm more along the lines, this is more my type of movie. I know I didn't rate it as good, but that's because I'm being objective. But if I had to buy one of these movies, it would probably be this one here. But I'm just into stuff like this. As I said, you're into older time action, you're into the mobs, gonna want to come see this one this weekend. If you were more into action, but after a wait-in for a long period of time, then Zero Dark 30 is your movie.
Alright, and as I said, clearly it did not work out with the whole camera phone deal. So I'll be going back to doing the reviews the night, a couple hours after seeing the movie. And once more to clarify, 7 out of 11 for that movie, 8 out of 11 for Zero Dark 30.